If your donations feel like a leaky faucet instead of a flowing river, this video is for you. Most nonprofit founders I meet are stuck in what I call the hope and hustle cycle. You hope the next campaign will finally work, you hustle to make it happen, and then you still end up frustrated and overwhelmed and short on funding. But it doesn't have to be that way. After 30 years of coaching nonprofit leaders, I've seen what works, and this fundraising strategy changes everything. When it's in place, donations don't trickle in, they flow steadily and even pour in. So I'm going to walk you through the full fundraising flow strategy step by step with actionable tips you can use right now. And by the way, if you're ready to stop guessing and finally build a fundraising strategy that works, check the link in the video description to learn more about fundraising coaching with me. Sound good? Let's dive in. Because first up, who are we going to ask? Before writing emails or launching campaigns, we need to build a prospect list, which is simply a list of people who might be willing and able to support our work. Sounds pretty basic, but this is where most nonprofits get stuck. They say we need donations and immediately start chasing strangers. So here's the mindset shift that blows my students' minds every time. You don't start with strangers. You start with people already in your corner. So there's a concept in fundraising called Rosso's concentric circles. So picture a bullseye. In the center, your closest allies, board members, staff, longtime donors, even vendors and suppliers that you're already spending your hard-earned money with, like your bank or your landlord. Then the next ring is volunteers, alumni, event attendees, and local partners. Then next, community members, service clubs, and people who might have shown interest. And on the outside, cold prospects. So people who might care about your cause, but don't know you yet. So here's the light bulb moment. Most nonprofits skip the center, except maybe for our friends and family, but they jump straight to the outer edge. Instead, they're chasing cold leads instead of starting with people you already know and that trust you. So how do you actually start building this prospect list using concentric circles? Well, start at that inner circle and write down names. So ask your board, your volunteers, and staff, who do we already know? You can also look at who's already donated, especially repeat givers. So start with your core and work your way out. For the middle rings, my favorite tip is to spy on our peers. So I look at similar nonprofits' websites and annual reports. Many list their donors publicly. That's not creepy, it's smart. And then that outer circle, you can Google local businesses, sponsors, or ask ChatGPT or Perplexity who funds causes like yours in your region. Before you turn on the flow, you've got to tighten the plumbing. So most of the time, it's not that you don't have donors, it's that you haven't mapped them out yet. So fix the leak, then turn on the tap. Now, the next step is to qualify those names using something called the LIA method, which is linkage, interest, and ability, which tells you who's worth prioritizing. But don't worry, I've got another video that walks you through that step-by-step with zero fancy software. So I'm going to link that in the up next card at the end. But here's your action step. Take 15 minutes today to sketch out your own bullseye. Start with the people closest to your work, then expand outwards. Aim for just 10 names to begin with. You can grow from there. Now, the next piece of the fundraising strategy is cultivation, because one of the worst things you can do in fundraising is blast out an ask before you've built a relationship. This is where you engage, educate, and inspire potential donors so that when the time comes, giving feels natural. The prospective donor knows you, trusts you, and likes you. If prospecting tightens the faucet, cultivation opens the flow. It warms up your relationships so the water, or AKA generosity, keeps moving. In short, it's everything you do before you ask for a gift. So not just research, but it's how you show up, how you connect, how you share your mission without pressure. You might start with a personal email, or even better, an introductory phone call. Maybe a genuine comment on their LinkedIn post, that actually counts. And my favorite, invite them for coffee, or even better, invite them for a tour, a peek behind the scenes. Show them why your work matters. The key is to help them get to know you, and more importantly, for you to get to know them. What do they care about and what's important to them? So here's your action step. Pick one person from that prospect list you just created and take one small step today. Send them a quick thank you note, share a story, or invite them to something casual. Remember, you're not trying to make an ask yet. You're trying to build the kind of connection where when the time comes, giving feels like the next obvious step. Piece number 3 is annual campaigns, because now that you've built a list of potential donors and you're nurturing real relationships, you need one crucial thing, something for them to actually donate to that they're interested in. This is the riverbed of your fundraising flow. It gives structure and direction to the generosity you've been cultivating. So whether it's a year-end appeal, Giving Tuesday push, or a gala event, a strong annual campaign gives donors a clear, timely reason to act. And here's something else. Annual campaigns are one of the best ways to bring in new donors and build loyal repeat donors. So think of them as tributaries feeding your river. The more you bring in and keep engaged, the stronger, steadier, and more sustainable your fundraising flow becomes. So what makes an annual campaign actually work? So if I were building an annual campaign for your nonprofit, I'd start by looking at two things: your mission and your donor demographics. The goal is to create a campaign that aligns with your values, but excites your audience. So here's a fun example. When I worked with the Salvation Army nationally in Canada, they had a fundraising run. Now, I didn't see how that really aligned with their mission, but I saw an opportunity to make it more mission aligned and memorable. I pitched them turning it into the Salvation Army boot camp. Think about it: drills, military style workouts, community camaraderie. It matched the brand, spoke to the discipline and service at the heart of their mission, and totally fit the target audience. Okay, so they stuck with the run, but I thought it was a great idea. That's what a great campaign does. It connects the dots between what you do and what your donors love to support, and makes it impossible to ignore. In fact, annual campaigns really deserve their own video, and I just created an annual campaign planning workbook for my students. So I'm going to put together a video and I'll walk you through it step by step. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll probably drop that in a couple of weeks. So here's your action step in the meantime. Open a new folder, a Google Drive, Dropbox, whatever you use, and start a campaign stash of ideas. Drop in photos or impact stats, ideas, even campaign ideas, and cool stuff that you see other nonprofits doing. Your future self will thank you. And speaking of thank yous, here's something most nonprofits leaders don't hear enough, and that's getting the donation isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. That's where stewardship comes in. If cultivation is everything you do before someone gives, stewardship is everything that happens after they give. It's how you keep your donors engaged, connected, and ready to give again, often even more generously. So think of stewardship like the riverbanks. Without them, the current spills out and loses momentum. Stewardship keeps the flow focused. It keeps your donors from drifting away. And let's be clear, stewardship isn't just about saying thank you, although yes, please do that. But it's about making your donors feel like they're part of something, not just paying for something. So what does great stewardship actually look like? It's sending prompt personal thank yous. It's showing the impact of their donation with stories, milestones, and impact reports. It's about making them feel like insiders by hosting tours or sharing behind the scenes moments. And most importantly, it's about staying connected without always asking. So a newsletter, a check-in, a report. When you do stewardship right, something amazing happens. One-time donors turn into long-term supporters. So here's your action plan. Pick one donor who gave recently, and instead of another generic thank you email, try something personal. Call them, write a handwritten note, or send a 30-second video thank you. It'll take 5 minutes, but it could be the moment that changes everything. Now let's talk about major gifts. These are the big donations, the ones that make you want to run around your office doing a happy dance. I mean, major gifts are the surge that powers your mission. But here's something most people miss. Big donors usually start small. Even grantors, corporations, and foundations tend to start small if they don't know you. But because you've been following the fundraising flow strategy, you now have a steady stream of annual donors coming in. You're building real relationships through cultivation. You're stewarding them with care, and now you're ready to level up. So remember Rosso's concentric circle? Your best major gift prospects are often already in your orbit. They're the ones who've given before. They trust you and they care. So your action step is look at your current donor list. See if you can see one person who you believe could do more. Reach out for a coffee and Zoom or even a walk and talk. Don't lead with money, lead with mission. Ask what they care about and explore how they want to make a difference. The ask will come naturally when the relationship is strong. Now, before we continue on to my favorite part of this fundraising strategy, I want to take a second to thank our video sponsor, Click and Pledge. From peer-to-peer campaigns, text-to-give, donation pages, video fundraising, donor outreach, and in-person fundraising to even Zoom fundraising with their event feature, Click and Pledge has you covered. They also have transparent pricing, fast payouts, top-notch security, and seamless Salesforce integration. It's built to streamline every aspect of your fundraising. This is the all-in-one fundraising platform that I personally use and love, so be sure to check them out and see how they can amplify your fundraising. I've left a link in the video description. Now for the final piece of your fundraising flow strategy, marketing. You can have the best campaign and the most powerful story and the strongest programs, but if no one sees them, no one knows about them. Marketing is the current that carries everything else downstream. It connects all the other pieces from prospecting, stewardship to major gifts, so they don't get stuck. Keeps your message flowing and your momentum building. So here's the big mind shift. Marketing isn't just about promotion. It's storytelling. It's connections. It's how you help people feel something so they do something. So be a guide, not just a megaphone. Don't just promote your needs. Show people how they can be part of something meaningful. Now, I like to use the AIDA framework. It works across everything from social posts to fundraising materials and even emails. And that's awareness. So call out the problem or need. Next, build interest. Share your unique solution. Then desire, show the impact and why it matters. And end with a powerful call to action. Give them a clear, simple next step. So whether you're writing a donor letter or posting a reel, if it follows AIDA, it works. So your action step, grab one of your existing communications, so post, an email, a flyer, and run it through the AIDA test. Does it hook attention, build interest, spark a desire to help, and give a clear next step? If not, tweak just that one thing today. Small shifts can create big results. So there you have it, the fundraising flow strategy that takes your fundraising from scattered and stressful to focused and flowing. And as promised, up next is that video on how to do prospect research, plus a bonus video on how to magically find new donors. And if you're tired of spinning your wheels and ready to build a real system that works, check the video description for a link to learn more about my coaching program. I'll walk you through each piece and help you build a strategy that fits your mission and your life. So thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. And if it was, be sure to subscribe. But more importantly, drop a comment and let me know what else you're struggling with, and I'll be sure to cover it in a video. And see you next week.